Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Let's Play Vampire, the Masquerade Bloodlines. I'm the Halo Chick, and last time, we slashed some paintings for Jeanette. It turned out that the art gallery, those paintings actually belonged to Therese. So Therese threatened Jeanette, and then we went to go to see Jeanette to help the two of them make up at the Surfside Diner, only to be attacked by people. And now Jeanette and Therese are physically fighting. And Jeanette begged us to come and help her out, so we're going to figure out what the hell is up with these two sisters, and we're going to put an end to this feud, because I'm sick and tired of them pulling us into the middle of their affairs.
You. I'm really sorry it had to end this way. I truly am. You seemed promising, but you've been tainted by the stink of my sister's schemes. And now, I'm going to make sure she never double-crosses me again. Don't listen to her. She'll kill us both. Save me and I'll help you find Bertram. I swear. Shut up, Jeanette! I warned you to stay away from Tongue. He's turned you against me. I always looked out for you, but you couldn't stand my success. You had to meddle, didn't you? I didn't want it to end like this, but you forced me. You never gave me any credit for anything, Therese. I was the one calling the shots. Bertram was dancing on my leash. How does it feel to know that I beat you?
Yes, if you didn't get what is going on right now, Jeanette and Therese are in fact the same person. What the game refers to as Tourette, which is the person that is half Therese and half Jeanette, is a Malkavian who is so crazy that she has this double personality, and she thinks that the other personality is her sister, and yeah. This was actually the first scene that I ever saw of this game, and it blew my freaking mind. This was something that I personally did not see coming. The only way that I think you really get a hint, well, there's two ways that you can really get a hint that this is the case. One is that you never see Therese and Jeanette at the same time, obviously because they're the same person. We know that now. The second is if you play as a Malkavian, like I told you in the beginning, they have different dialogue options because they kind of see the truth. They refer to Jeanette and Therese as the daughter of Janus, or Janus, who is a double-faced god, who has two faces, kind of two sides to its personality. So that is kind of the big tip-off that Jeanette and Therese are in fact the same person. Now, the reason why I said that you should have 4 seduction and 4 persuasion is that if you play your cards right, you can actually convince Jeanette and Therese to make peace with each other and live together in this one body. That actually earns you a couple of more experience points than, you know, kind of taking either Therese or Jeanette's side. However, you need to have the 4 points in seduction to get the correct dialogue options with Jeanette. And you need the 4 dialogue options in persuasion to be able to persuade them to work together in this discussion. But it only works if you've chosen the correct dialogue options in your personal run-ins with Jeanette and Therese. There are walkthroughs on GameFAQs on which dialogue options to choose to be able to get Jeanette and Therese to live together in harmony. I'm not sure if I did it correctly, so I'm not really sure how this is going to end, but I'm going to try to get them to live in peace. So, my question right now is, why are you both fighting? Why do these two hate each other so much anyway?
Isn't it obvious? I'm about to rid the night of this deviant, backstabbing whore. Do you realize that despite her condition, she still fornicates with kind, no less? So despicable. So unclean. You're one to talk, dear sister. Or should I say daddy's little girl? Do you want to know just how depraved the Baron of Santa Monica can be? Shut up, Jeanette. You'd love the world to think you're a saint. When you thought I was asleep, I used to hear Father come in at night. I heard him whisper how much he loved you in your ear before he... Don't finish that sentence, or you're dead.
Both of you stop!
Don't you want to hear what happened? How she became the pillar of the community she is today? Shut up. Just shut up!
Stop it right now, both of you!
Don't try and stop me. I've had to overlook her treachery, her seduction, relations with my enemies, and the consequences of it. But I won't endure her any longer. Endure me? Dear sister, you've done everything you could to smother me. You love to bury me in your closet, along with all your other skeletons. I'm the good girl. You're the wicked one. You've done nothing but plot against me, when I had our best interests at heart. And despite that, I've always covered up your mistakes. I've taken care of you. And this is how you repay me? Taken care of me? You've done nothing but keep me down, blame me for every mistake. Did you expect me to let you rule my life until the end of time? No, sister. You've had it coming since our last sunrise. Is that right, dear? If it wasn't for me, you would have never survived this long. Remember? They tried to separate us, but I refused. I chose this life, and brought you into it so that we could stay together. Obviously, you've forgotten.
If the both of you want to continue to exist, you're going to have to live with each other.
She's a control freak. People, things, emotions. If she can't control something, she gets rid of it. And you're a wild animal. You'll rub up against anything that'll take you in for the night. Then when you're stuffed and bored, you bite the hand that fed you.
Both of you have been working against each other, but together you'd be a power.
I don't think that's possible. How could I ever think to trust her again? Trust me? Who could trust you after what happened with Father Dearest? Father loved me. I was a good girl. I always did what I was told. You always hated that he loved me. You disobeyed him. You brought men home when he wasn't there. You were an awful daughter to him.
That's all in the past. Forget about it.
Father came home drunk one day and mistook me for Therese. Because I'd fallen asleep in her bed. Don't listen to her. She's lying. Therese walked in while he was there, and she saw me lying with him, and so she went to the closet and pulled out his hunting shotgun, loaded it with deer shot, and blew his mind out all over the silly clown wallpaper. That's a lie. Father killed himself because of Jeanette. She made him miserable. As I recall, he died with a smile on his face.
Okay, so just in case you don't realize exactly what the story is, basically, whoever Tourette was when she was alive, her father sexually abused her, and according to Therese, or according to Jeanette, Jeanette had fallen asleep in Therese's bed one night. Her father had come in, tried to force himself upon her, and then Therese walked in on them, got jealous, shot their father, and killed him. But Therese says that Jeanette drove their father so crazy that he shot himself. So, you know, both of them could be true. I really don't have any idea now. I don't have any persuasion option at this dialogue point, which is kind of making me worry that I'm not going to be able to get the two of them to work together, but we're still going to try. So no matter what happened, you two need each other to move on.
Why? How will this time be any different?
Think of how powerful you could be if you both worked together.
Therese doesn't like to share. Jeanette's irresponsible. She's undependable. A venture like mine requires class and distinction, which is something a pigtailed face-painting harlot does not lend very well. You do have a way with words, sister. You're right. I'm not in the same class, am I? I mean, murderers are so respectful these days.
Therese, let Jeanette have more responsibility.
More responsibility? So that she can ruin every opportunity I give her? Of course. You're the only one who can secure zoning permits and shake hands. I'd never be able to keep up.
Jeanette, stop sabotaging your sister's plans.
But I only do it for attention and out of love. You do it because you're vindictive and jealous. And you deserve it.
If you call a truce and run this place equally, there's no need to kill each other.
If she would stop treating me like a child, if she would start behaving like a rational adult.
You both must have gotten along at one time.
Yes, there was a time. When I was a child, I didn't have many friends. I suppose Jeanette was the only one. We never did get to go out of the house much. Father wouldn't allow us. He said we'd get hurt, so we stayed inside and we imagined our own worlds.